What's up guys, welcome back to California Hiking Adventures. Today I bring you to Monrovia Canyon Park. It's a little piece of heaven, real close to the suburbs, something you can do quickly before or after work, hence the attire. And don't be fooled, there's a lot of wildlife here. Let me show you. This right here, where my hand is, that is basically a scratch from a bear. They scratch these pine posts. And it's all over the place here, so it's not uncommon to see a bear. I've seen garter snakes here, and yeah, let's see, maybe we can run into one today. By the way, the restrooms are over there. I am in the third parking lot. There's 3 parking lots here. You can check the description, and I'll tell you there how long each trail is, because you can connect 1, 2, and 3 trails. This is the top one, this is the shortest one. Reason why is because I wanted to show you guys how quickly you can do this hike before or after work. The little one right here, that's the restroom. Big building over there is the nature center, but the nature center is only open on weekends from 10 to 4, so keep that in mind. This whole area is just beautiful. We got a picnic area here, right next to the nature center, and the hike begins. Now the hike begins. Let's roll. When we get to the falls, by the way, I'm going to tell you guys a crazy story that I saw, an experience that I had here. It was wild. All right, we arrived at our very first creek crossing. There's not too many of these, by the way. This is a very easy trail. Pretty much anyone can do it. You just gotta watch your step. Watch me eat it. I want to tell you guys a little bit about the history here. This place, back in the day, had a sanatorium. I think I'm pronouncing that right. At the canyon entrance. It was called Pottinger's Sanatorium. And it was actually one of many sanatoriums. This whole place used to be filled with them back in the day, all along the foothills, all of SoCal, if anything. And a lot of people don't know that one of the main reasons why we got a huge influx of people in SoCal back in the 1800s was because, this is gonna sound funny, but LA was advertised as a health haven. They believed that the air quality, believe it or not, was the reason why you could be cured for diseases like tuberculosis, TB, and other type of diseases that the sun would cure you. I'm not even kidding. And there might be some truth to that, I don't know. But we had a ton of sanatoriums all along the foothills here. It was crazy days. That one ran from 1903 to 1955. We got a lot of people bird watching here today, which kind of just reinforces the fact of how much wildlife there is. If you look at the vegetation, it's so luscious. It's just a lot of it. It's that riparian woodland vegetation. The last time around here, I can't remember where it was exactly, but it was around here on this side of the mountain. I ran into a little baby garter snake. I personally haven't seen bears on this trail, but I've seen bears multiple times in Monrovia, and I actually work in Monrovia. It's not uncommon to see bears late at night digging through people's trash cans. Look at this. Look how thick the vegetation is. You can barely see the creek. A lot of this is recent debris from some of the floods we had here not too long ago. I know the Bobcat fire here did some damage too, back in 2020, I believe. And they actually closed it down for a couple of years, but the rangers did an amazing job fixing up the place. Look at this little area. Perfect place to take a break. Not that you need one, it's super short, but hey, just to enjoy the creek. Look at this. Beautiful, look at how clear the water is. Let's take a closer look. Paradise, paradise, paradise. Doesn't get much better than that, peeps. Crystal clear. At this point, we're almost to the falls already, believe it or not. And keep in mind, if you do this hike, it's gonna be a lot faster for you than it is for me because I'm slowing down a lot, taking shots. You could be in and out. You literally, if you start from the nature center in like half an hour, if you're doing it really quickly. Oh, check these out. These, not my boots. Those are old pipes from back in the ranching days in the 19th century. Back then, the only way to get water for your livestock and for everyone was to put pipes in the canyon, pipe the water down, and then use it for your crops and your animals and your family. Basically, if you go in every single canyon around here, from Santa Anita Canyon to Monrovia Falls, you'll see those pipes everywhere, everywhere. But thanks to modern technology, we don't have to worry about that anymore. And now we got one of my favorite parts coming up in this entire hike besides the waterfall. And that's what I like to call the portal. Check this thing out. Look at this grotto. Look at that. You see that? I hate how on camera it doesn't look that big, but this thing is about a solid 30 feet high. Look at that. You think if I walk in there, I'll just disappear and reappear like 100 years later? It's got like a little cave over there. I remember. I wonder if it's still there. Not trying to step on any rattlesnakes. Oh, no way. The cave is gone. The bloody cave is gone. What the heck? There used to be like a little cave here. I guess the floods did their damage. But yeah, check that out. It looks like you could probably, if you're a cougar, that's like the perfect place to chill up there, if you ask me, or a rock climber. And I remember there used to be like a little staircase type little thing over here. Oh, there it is. That's still here. Here it is. You can actually take this here to go all the way to the top and then over the falls, but that's not allowed, so you didn't hear it from me. All right, I'm always gonna point the camera at me while I cross, so in case I eat it, you guys can have a good laugh. Okay, sorry guys, not today. So check it out, our old friend, the fig tree. Apparently no figs. Adam and Eve must have been hogging today. Is this what I think it is? It is sage, California sagebrush. This thing is amazing. It's an actual mosquito repellent. And it's antibacterial too. We're here, guys. We're pretty much here. Look at that. We are in Monrovia Falls. There it is. Welcome to Monrovia Falls. Usually, I like to climb up that little section right there and then go up and then chill there. That's my chill spot, but I think I'm gonna skip that for today. 30 feet high. So Monrovia Falls is fed by perennial springs, which is why it flows year-round. However, during drought years, it'll dry up completely. I've flown the drone over too. Didn't see any other waterfalls nearby. So I don't know if there's anything up there, but boy, do I have a huge surprise for you guys. I'm not gonna give anything else away because you gotta like and subscribe and stick around to see that. But I promised you guys a crazy story. I think now is a good time. So I was up here a long time ago, a few years ago, with a few buddies of mine late at night when we heard this random sound like stomping, like smashing. And it went on for about half an hour. Literally, we took off and it was still going on. It was coming from the inside of the mountains. And I didn't know what to think of it. So a few years later, I'm reading this book about the history of the San Gabriels. And there's a sentence that stood out to me. It said, back in the 19th century, the mountains were filled with the sound of stamp mills. If you don't know what a stamp mill is, it's a giant machine that they used to crush ore during the gold mining days. And immediately I remembered the time that I heard the sound that was coming from the inside of the mountains. And I'm pretty sure someone was doing some gold mining up here illegally, because you can still pan for gold and you can use a sluice box, but you can't use machinery. So I don't know, maybe I'm going bonkers here, but you guys let me know. Let me know what you think. I think someone was crushing ore up here in the mountains, but let me know in the comments. All right, guys, that about wraps it up. I'm gonna get going, but I hope you enjoyed that one. As you can see, no trash, no graffiti, super quick hike, beautiful waterfall. You got nothing to lose. If you can get out here during the week, I highly recommend it. Peace.